Your mind is not just an observer of reality, it is the architect of your existence. Everything you see, everything you experience is filtered through the lens of your thoughts. If your mind is small, your world shrinks. If your mind expands, possibilities unfold before you like an uncharted map waiting to be explored. The tragedy for many is not that they lack ability, but that they have unknowingly confined themselves to a prison of self-imposed limitations. The bars are not made of steel, but of doubt, fear, and hesitation. The walls are not concrete, but the echoes of voices telling them they are not enough. The locks are not real, yet they hold them tighter than any chain ever could. What you believe about yourself is the foundation of your future. If you think of yourself as weak, you will act weakly. If you see yourself as unworthy, you will sabotage every opportunity for greatness. And if you convince yourself that success belongs to others but not to you, then no amount of effort will save you from the fate of mediocrity. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. These words from Henry Ford carry a simple but profound truth. Your mind is the starting point of all outcomes. Before any great achievement, before any transformation, there is a shift in perspective. There is a moment when a person decides that their old way of thinking is no longer acceptable, that their excuses are no longer valid, and that their life is waiting for them to take control. The world does not shape you, you shape your world. People often blame their circumstances for their failures, but how often do they credit their circumstances for their success? How often do they say, I am winning in life because of the challenges I faced? Rarely, yet it is true. The most extraordinary individuals are not those who had an easy path, but those who refused to let obstacles dictate their destiny. They understood that adversity is not a curse, but a training ground. Every hardship forces you to redraw the map in your mind, to rethink your strategy, to develop resilience, and to push forward with a new level of determination. It is easy to fall into the trap of thinking that life is unfair, that others have an advantage you do not, that success is reserved for the lucky few. But the truth is, every person who has achieved greatness has done so by first conquering their own mind. They have fought against doubt, silenced the inner critic, and replaced fear with faith in their own ability. They have rewritten the script, refusing to be victims of circumstance and instead becoming masters of their own fate. Napoleon Hill once wrote, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve." These are not empty words, they are a blueprint for transformation. Your mind is constantly making choices, whether you realize it or not. When you wake up in the morning and tell yourself, today will be a difficult day, you are not predicting the future, you are shaping it. You have already set the direction of your day before it even begins. Your mind will seek out confirmation of that belief, finding every inconvenience, magnifying every frustration, and proving you right. But if you wake up and say, today is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to move one step closer to my goals, your mind will shift accordingly. It will scan for solutions instead of problems, for lessons instead of failures, for doors opening instead of doors closing. The human brain is a powerful machine, and it operates on the instructions you give it. If you program it with limitations, it will follow those limitations. But if you feed it with ambition, discipline, and clarity of purpose, it will move mountains to align your reality with your vision. This is why successful people are often described as having an unstoppable mindset. It is not that they do not face failure, it is that they refuse to let failure define them. They have already decided deep within their minds that nothing will stand in their way. One of the greatest tragedies is wasted potential. It is watching someone with talent, with intelligence, with everything they need to succeed, but lacking the belief that they can. It is heartbreaking to see people trapped by their own fears, afraid to take a risk, afraid to dream, afraid to step outside the lines that someone else has drawn for them. They live their entire lives as prisoners of a false narrative, convinced that they are not meant for more. But the only thing separating them from the life they desire is their own perception. You must take responsibility for the way you think. If your mind has been conditioned with negativity, with self-doubt, with limiting beliefs, then it is your duty to reprogram it. No one else will do it for you. No one will come and hand you a new mindset, a new way of thinking, a new level of confidence. It is something you must cultivate every single day through conscious effort and relentless determination. And it begins with a single decision to no longer accept a life that is beneath your potential. Success does not come to those who wait. It comes to those who believe. It comes to those who act, who push forward despite uncertainty, who refuse to surrender to their fears. It comes to those who are willing to change the way they see the world. Because once you change your mind, you change everything. You change how you respond to failure, how you handle setbacks, how you see yourself in relation to the challenges ahead. And once you see yourself as capable, as strong, as worthy of the life you dream of, there is nothing that can stop you. Your mind is the map, but you are the one holding the pen. Every day, you have a choice to draw a path toward mediocrity or to chart a course toward greatness, to stay within the comfort of the familiar or to venture into the unknown where growth and success await. No one else can make that choice for you. No one else can decide your destiny. But if you dare to believe in yourself, if you dare to take control of your thoughts and rewrite the script, you will realize something extraordinary. You were never lost. You were simply waiting for the courage to pick up the pen and draw the way forward. Your mind is the most powerful tool you will ever own. It is the control center of your entire existence, shaping your emotions, your decisions, and your future. It does not simply reflect reality. It creates it. The way you think determines what you see, what you believe is possible, and what you ultimately achieve. If your mind is programmed with doubt, fear, and hesitation, your life will mirror those patterns. But if you fill it with confidence, discipline, and vision, it will open doors you never imagined possible. The reality is, most people are running on mental programs they never consciously chose. Their beliefs, their fears, their limitations were handed to them by their environment, their upbringing, or the people around them. They were told what they could and couldn't do, what was realistic, what was impossible. And without even realizing it, they accepted those limits as truth. But here's the hard fact. Those limits are not real. They are self-imposed, built on nothing more than repetition and belief. Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. This truth is inescapable. Your mind is like a GPS system, constantly guiding you toward what it believes is possible. If you set the wrong destination, you will never arrive where you truly want to be. Most people do not fail because they lack talent or opportunity. They fail because they never reprogram their minds for success. They tell themselves they are not good enough, that success is for other people, that they will always struggle. And because they believe it, they act accordingly. They hesitate when they should act. They give up when they should persist. They settle for less when they should demand more. The way you think shapes the way you behave, and the way you behave shapes your life. It is a cycle, one that either leads to greatness or keeps you trapped in mediocrity. If you want to change your life, you must first change your mind. You must become intensely aware of the thoughts you allow to take root. Every negative belief, every excuse, every limiting thought must be challenged and replaced with something stronger. If your mind tells you that you are not capable, you must counter it with, I am capable and I will prove it. If it tells you that success is impossible, you must replace it with, I will find a way. Your mind is an instrument. Train it well and it will serve you. Let it run wild with doubt and fear, and it will destroy you. There is a reason why the most successful people in the world talk about mindset more than anything else. They understand that everything external, the money, the achievements, the breakthroughs, is a direct reflection of what is happening internally. You will never achieve more than your mind believes you are capable of. That is why people who win consistently, who rise to the top in their fields, are obsessive about mental discipline. They guard their thoughts with intensity. They refuse to let negativity take hold. They consciously shape their beliefs to align with the future they want. And because of that, they move through life differently. They see challenges as opportunities. They take risks with confidence. They persist where others quit. Reprogramming your mind is not a one-time event. It is a daily practice. Every morning you have a choice. Do you feed your mind with thoughts that empower you, or do you allow it to run on autopilot filled with old patterns and doubts? If you do nothing, your mind will default to what is familiar. It will seek safety, comfort, and predictability. But safety does not lead to growth. Comfort does not lead to success. Predictability does not lead to transformation. If you want more, you must train your mind to desire more, to believe in more, to expect more. The words you speak to yourself matter. The things you tell yourself when no one is listening define your destiny. If you constantly reinforce weakness, you will become weak. If you constantly reinforce strength, you will become strong. Speak to yourself with power. Choose words that lift you, that remind you of your potential, that push you forward. Do not let the voice of doubt be the loudest one in your mind. Drown it out with the voice of certainty, of determination, of relentless belief. Look around at your life right now. Everything you see, the opportunities, the limitations, the obstacles, is a reflection of your mind. If your life is not where you want it to be, it is not because of bad luck or external circumstances. It is because your mind has not yet been conditioned to operate at the level required for success. And that is good news, because it means you have control. You can rewrite the script. You can reset your GPS. You can choose, starting today, to think differently, act differently, and ultimately live differently. No one else can do this for you. No one is coming to reprogram your mind for you. If you are waiting for permission, for a perfect moment, for some external sign, stop. The only permission you need is your own. The only moment you have is now. The only thing stopping you is the story you have been telling yourself. Change the story and you change the outcome. People who succeed are not lucky. They are not special. They are not chosen. They are people who decided at some point that they would not settle. They took full control of their thoughts. They disciplined their minds to align with their goals. They reprogrammed themselves for success. And because of that, they created a future that others only dream of. The same is possible for you, but you must make the decision. You must take the first step. You must refuse to let another day pass where you allow old thoughts to dictate your life. Reprogram your mind and you will reprogram your destiny. The choice is yours.